Before we begin, let's meet the team.
Harvey with the camera. Producers, Michelle and Elisa. No tears.
No tears.
Here are the rules for our round-the-world trip. We must start and end in the same place. Travel in one general direction, no backtracking between continents. And we must cross the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans once.
Let me check in. Ooh, attach tag. Oh no, this is not funny. This is not funny.
Plus, since we're flying only low-cost airlines, no premium seating, even when available.
The bag weighs 19.5 kilos, are you sure? Yes.
Our route takes us from London to Brussels to Prague, on to the Gulf, Dubai and Sharjah, to Colombo, Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, then down to Sydney, crossing the dateline to Honolulu, onwards to Los Angeles, New York and then back to London. This will prove, as budget airlines have grown, we really can go around the world, only by low cost.
Let the flying begin.
First up on this adventure to the skies, Europe's oldest and largest low-cost carriers, EasyJet and Ryanair. Both offer the basics for a bargain.
So the EasyJet seat pitch from the back of this seat to the back of my seat is 31 inches. That's pretty standard for low-cost carriers.
Traditionally, low cost has meant a bare bones experience.
I've got a main, a drink and a snack for $6.50.
It's one of the reasons budget airlines can offer cheap fares. It's probably why business travellers stayed away. When EasyJet's current CEO, Carolyn McCall, joined the airline, she knew immediately the low-cost model had to evolve, and that meant enticing the business traveller.
I, as a business person, would travel EasyJet, my former job, to go to Edinburgh and back all the time. And I just discovered it. And I was a business passenger. But I mean, they didn't know that.
The low-cost airlines are now, in many ways, if we just take the map here, they are the backbone of intra-continental travel now, aren't they? They're often the only way you can get from A to B.
Yeah, we've been able to not just open up markets to leisure passengers that they would never have anticipated being able to go to at low fares, but also we've been a great product for business passengers.
How much, though, as the CEO, and do you tell your staff, remember, we are a business airline as much now as a leisure airline?
So we never say it like that. We don't have curtains and we don't have any of that stuff. What we do is you can buy products that are made for the business traveller, but leisure passengers can use them too, whether it's an allocated seat, whether it's speedy boarding, whether it's fast track.
Carolyn McCall is referring to bundling, tiered pricing that includes checked luggage or priority boarding in the fare. These little tweaks to the low-cost model are now eating into the moneymaker of the legacy airlines, the business cabin.
We are doing very well on business travellers, and 1 in 5 of our travellers are business travellers. But if you were flying to Amsterdam, it would be 30%. If you were flying to Scotland, it would be 45% of our flights would be business travellers.
But you've also had to make sure you don't destroy the low cost.
I think there is absolutely no danger, especially in the current environment, that we will lose our low cost DNA.
Flight number 1 with EasyJet, done. We are in Brussels.
Just days after travelling through Brussels International, both the airport and the city would be ripped apart by terror attacks, since linked to the 2015 Paris bombings. I got to experience this beautiful city of Brussels for a couple of hours before we had to move on.
I'm now on the motorway going between Brussels International Airport and Brussels Charleroi. because my next airline, Ryanair, flies from a different airport. So we've just discovered the one thing about this particular low-cost airport. It doesn't have any luggage trolleys. None. Oops, sorry, I'm so sorry. Brussels-Charleroi is a good distance from Brussels itself. But the airport has made a name for itself by appealing to the low-cost carriers.
The term low cost actually refers to the airline's operating expenses, not the fares themselves. So flying out of secondary airports helps keep the bottom line in check. It's been a major policy of Ryanair until now. The Chief Marketing Officer, Kenny Jacobs, gives me the reason why. Passengers want it.
I think it's a natural evolution of where the low-cost product has gone. It's low-cost operators essentially flying in and out of more primary airports. It's low-cost operators trying to get more of the business market. In the past number of years, low-cost operators like ourselves have been adding more and more services. We're still coming from the low-cost position, so therefore we can pick and choose what we're going to add, having listened to our customers, from new interiors to new crew uniforms to our baggage policy, letting customers pick their own seats.
Ah, those ancillary services that are big money makers for the low-cost airlines are also giving passengers options. It's good for business.
This year we've done 106.4 million customers. We've had a load factor of over 92%. And that's why I think whether you're talking to Ryanair or any low-cost operator, we are the ones who are winning market share, adding more capacity, and will come to dominate short-haul in Europe.
With this quick flight from Brussels to Prague, we end day one of our round-the-world trip. EasyJet and Ryanair were the first low-cost carriers in Europe. Now they're leading the way in bundling and the business traveller.
Where they go, others follow. EasyJet and Ryanair set the rules.
Tomorrow, a whole different kind of budget airline. You might call it Legacy Light. For now, sleep. Perchance to dream.